Hello, welcome to PVS the Tutor. So recently I introduced additional mathematics for those doing my additional mathematics. So I hope this helps you a lot in your studies. So the first topic that we'll be looking at in additional mathematics is coordinate geometry. And for coordinate geometry, we are going to look at first the thing is you look at the length or finding the length between 2 points. So look at 1.0 length. The length between 2 points. Now let's say we have points x1, y1 and b x2, y2. How can we find the length between these 2 points? So the length is given by x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. If you look at this example, how can you find the length between a and b? So the length is equal to square root of, this is x2, so it will be 4 minus x1, which is 2 squared, plus y2 is 7 minus 3 squared. So give you 4 minus 2 is 2 squared, plus 7 minus 3 is 4 squared. So this will give you 4 plus 16. Then the length will be equal to the square root of 20. Now it's always in units. We don't know the units, so just leave it like that. If you can find the square root, find the square root. Okay, let's go to another part, the midpoint. How can you find the midpoint between 2 points? For example, let's call this one and B. Okay, so how can you find the midpoint? Now midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That gives you the midpoint. Let me look at an example. Let's look at this example. How can you find the midpoint of this? So you know that midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. x1, x2, so that is 3 plus 5 over 2, comma, y1, y2, 7 plus 9 divided by 2. So you get 8 over 2, and here you get 16 over 2. Hence your midpoint is equal to 4, 8. We have this question that says, given that the midpoint of the line AB is 2, 5, and that point A is 3, 6, and B is x, 7, find the value of x. Now we know that midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2, close the bracket. The midpoint we have here is 2, 5. 2, 5. x1 is 3. x2 is x over 2, comma, y1 is 5. y2 is 7 over 2. Then you have to know that this part here, this is x, so it goes with this x. Now this goes with the over. So what we need to find is this. So we have 2 is equal to 3 plus x over 2. So have 5 is equal to 5 plus 7 over 2. We are interested in this part. So say 2 is equal to 3 plus x divided by 2. Then you cross multiply 2 times 2, get 4 is equal to 3 plus x. Then this will go this side, becomes 4 minus 3, which is equal to x. Hence x is equal to 1. So the value of x is 1. So that's how you can find. Let's look at gradient. how can you find gradient? Gradient is just a slope. Okay, the slope. Let's say this is x1 comma y1, then b is x2 comma y2. How can you find gradient? Gradient has a symbol m, which is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If we give an example, let's say a is equal to 2,5 and b is equal to 6,3. Find the gradient. So gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 whereby x2 minus x1. Now y2 is this, so it will be 3 minus y1 is 5, whereby x2 is that minus x1 is 2. So give you negative 2 over 4. Hence gradient is equal to negative 1 over 2. So since the gradient is negative, this line is sloping down like that. Let's look at another component, which is the equation of the straight line. So we have a line which is like this. This is when the gradient is known. We also have when a point like this is known. We also have this. When we have 2 points like that. So let me just give an example. Let's say we have point 2, 3. How can we find and it has got a gradient of 2? Okay, how can you find the equation of this line? So I'm going to use this. It says y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Y, you leave it the way it is. Y1 is 3 is equal to gradient is 2. X, you leave it the way it is. X1 is 2. So you have y minus 3 is equal to 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 2, you get negative 4. So y is equal to 2x minus 4. Negative 3 will come this side, becomes positive 3. So y is equal to 2x minus 1. Remember, your equation should be in this standard, where m is the gradient, c is a constant. Let's look at when you have 2 points and the gradient is unknown. Let's say you have 2, 4. This is a. You have b, 3, 7. How can you find the equation? How can you find the line of this, the equation, sorry, of this line AB? So we use this formula. If you look at this part here, you will see that it's just the formula for finding gradient. So there's not much difference otherwise. So say y, we'll leave it the way it is. y2 is 7. X, we leave it the way it is, minus x2 is 3. y2 is 7 minus y1 is 4. x2 is 3, x1 is 2. And from there we can go on and say this is y minus 7 divided by x minus 3, which is equal to 7 minus 4, we get 3. 3 minus 2, we get 1. So we're just going to multiply there and there. So 1 times y minus 7 is just y minus 7, which is equal to 3 times this. So it will be 3, open brackets like that. So we are closely multiplying. So y minus 7 is equal to 3 times x, we get 3x. Then minus 9 This is y is equal to 3x minus 9 plus 7. Y is equal to 3x minus 2. Yeah, there you have found it. What if we will use the other formula? We first find the gradient, then we go to the other equation. Let's see how if it will give us the same answer. So we first find the gradient. Now from here we can tell that the gradient is 3 here. So gradient here is what? Is 3. Now we can use the one that we used earlier. We're saying y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. y1 is 4, which is equal to, gradient is 3, x1 is 2. Let's see if it will give us the same. This is y minus 4, which is equal to 3 times x, we get 3x. 3 times negative to get negative 6. Y is equal to 3x minus 6 plus 4. So y is equal to 3x minus 2. So anything that you use, it will give you the same answer. How can you find the gradient of a parallel line? When two lines are parallel, we mean they are never meeting. Let's call this A, B, then C, D. Okay, if A, B, and C, D are parallel, we mean their gradients. So gradient for AB is equal to the gradient for CD. That's what it means. Let's say the line AB is given by y is equal to 3x minus 4. Its gradient is 3. So here the gradient is what? Is 3. That's how we can also pick the gradients. The gradient is just this. And CD must also have the same gradient if these two are parallel. But if they are perpendicular, perpendicular lines means the gradient of line 1 multiplied by the gradient of line 2 should give you negative 1. That's what it means. Let me give an example. Let's say line AB is y is equal to 2x minus 7. Find the gradient for line CD perpendicular to line AB. How can we do that? So since these two are parallel, we know that m1 times m2 is equal to negative 1. So the gradient for this line AB is 2. So let's put it here as 2. Then gradient m2 we don't know for line CD, but this should give us negative 1. So this will be over 2 divided by what? 2. The gradient for line CD, which is m2, is just negative 1 over 2. So thank you so much for watching. This is Additional Mathematics, Part 1. I'm PBS the Tutor. Don't forget to subscribe and share my videos. I'll see you in the next video.